For decades, the standard classroom has operated like a factory line. Every student is forced to move at the exact same pace, regardless of their individual curiosity. It is a structure guaranteed to stifle a child's natural enthusiasm. The modern rebellion against this is total free schooling. You drop students in on day one, remove the schedules, and tell them to choose what to learn. But without the tools to manage that freedom, the result is often overwhelming chaos and deep anxiety. It seems logical that getting out of a student's way would automatically create an independent learner. But stripping away all the rules simply leaves a vacuum, and most kids do not know how to navigate it. Neither approach works because they both overlook the specific mechanics of how we actually acquire a new skill. When a novice learner faces a complex, unstructured task, they immediately hit a psychological roadblock known as cognitive load. Without pre-existing mental frameworks, the beginner's working memory quickly overflows with new variables, and the learning process stalls. To solve this, we match adult guidance to the student's competence. We provide heavy structure for beginners, gradually removing it as they master the material. Freedom is not the starting point for a beginner. It is the end result of building a solid foundation of competence. To build that competence, we replace fragmented textbook chapters with whole, authentic, real-world challenges. Instead of memorizing isolated facts, a student might design a startup business plan or map out a city's water infrastructure. Rather than front-loading long lectures before the project begins, teachers use just-in-time instruction. They step in to deliver brief 15-minute lessons precisely when a student hits a roadblock. To manage massive projects, students use a 4-stage iterative loop: planning, check-ins, review, and reflection. First, they plot goals and monitor momentum through frequent check-ins. Finally, they review and reflect, creating if-then action plans to overcome personal bottlenecks in the next cycle. Actively reflecting on their own habits makes the invisible, abstract act of learning visible. It turns a vague process into a series of technical steps a student can actually track. As students master these cycles, the adult in the room has to shift their strategy. Staying in total control at this stage would only prevent the student from becoming independent. We manage this transition using a spectrum of choice. When coaching a complete beginner, the teacher operates with heavy demonstration and strict guidance. This scale shows that progression. The adult moves from active partnering to empowering, eventually stepping back to observe. It's a daily compass. A teacher might step away during a history essay, but intervene heavily when that same student struggles with geometry. Treating autonomy as a dynamic, sliding scale prevents the sheer overwhelm of total freedom while avoiding the intellectual suffocation of rigid control. Because this system adapts to individual competence, you can seamlessly mix different educational levels and ages in a single, unified environment. A vocational student might thrive on highly structured one-week cycles with daily guidance, while a pre-university student sitting at the very next table manages complex, completely autonomous 3-week cycles. This allows the classroom to track a student's actual capability and personal growth over time, rather than merely scoring them against a standardized bell curve of their peers. Comparing a student only to their own past performance removes the pressure of the standardized failing grade. When the metric is personal progress, the focus shifts from avoiding a bad number to identifying exactly which skills are growing. This chart shows the outcome. While the bottom line represents a standard predicted trajectory, data shows a third of these students pass exams at a much higher level than their initial predictions. It proves that autonomy is a mechanical skill to be meticulously engineered, rather than an automatic right you hand out on day one. The ultimate goal here is preparing a resilient, adaptable human being for an increasingly complex and unpredictable world. The end result is a student who has mastered the technical framework for acquiring any new skill they encounter for the rest of their lives.